Daniel, why would we watch this video? The reason is because, yes, like we all drive every single day. And I think that's part of life, part of business, part of web design, part of everything, right? You want to get home safely and all that stuff. And this is going to go from how to like almost pay next to nothing for a car and how I totaled my own car. Watch the video right here.
Hey, keep watching. This is a quick segue, but very important. Thank you so much to Thru for sponsoring this video and making this happen. I want to talk about it because I've been a user for Thru for the last 3 years. There's a link below sharing a little bit about Thru, but the phenomenal thing about it is in and out, right? You get this done. You have an unlimited wash pass you can use. Come check them out. Use the link and see what you can do with it. If you're spraying your car, if you're washing it by hand, how much time is that costing you, and can you do it more efficiently? Cheers, let's continue with this video because it's jam-packed. Scan the QR right here.
So depreciating through your business, you will depreciate it over 5 years through your accountant, and you can't deduct the miles, but you can do the depreciation. So that's going to be, let's say it's a $15,000 car and you did it over 5 years. That's $3,000 of tax. So I already mentioned the $4,000 from the government plus the $3,000 plus the $1,600 from the credit card points that you could use for travel or something else. That leaves us with $8,600 off of your vehicle purchase.
So I'm driving the Ford Fusion Energy right now. This is the one I purchased and I'm very happy with it. I found the dealer that I wanted. I checked for mileage. It was 52,000 miles, and I took it to a pre-purchase inspection. I even did a double test drive because you want to be 100% sure about your vehicle. A lot of people just ignore it and be like, yeah, I trust the Carfax, I trust this. But hey, what happens if the car is a lemon?
When you're younger, you make really dumb decisions, and I made 2 dumb decisions when I turned 21. 2015, I purchased me a Jeep Cherokee, brand new, 0 miles, cost me about $35,000. A year later, I wanted a Camaro, and I went to a dealership, bought me a Bumblebee-looking Camaro, cost me about 50 grand for asking price. Well, I realized how I was spending about $2,000 on both of these cars with payment, insurance, gas, and maintenance. I realized that that money could have gone to like a house or some type of investment that would have been a better return.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you.
I got to tell you about something. So this is how to turn dumb money decisions into like a good choice and a good investment. Sal, lead video person here with DJM, is just on board right now, and we've done some podcasts. His career is kind of like shooting off, and it's an amazing opportunity, but you have to hear the story from him. It's mind-blowing.
So I got advice from a friend. When I realized that I was throwing my money at something that depreciates, and I saw that this was a way I can get rid of my car, I went to the dealership. They tried to work with me, but I gave it to them, had to pay a fee. But 6 months later, I was able to go on a year trip, mission trip. And I don't think I would have been able to do that if God didn't come through and take that away. So all things works together for those who love him. And I was able to sell my Jeep, get rid of the Camaro, and do something more impactful with a greater return. So I want to advise you, don't ever buy a new car. Invest your money in something that would give you a better return. So.
Cool. Yeah, get it out of your system, man. Get the car, be done with it. Take the first class flight and be done with it. Cheers, guys. So I'm driving the Ford Fusion Energy right now. This is the one I purchased and I'm very happy with it. I found the dealer that I wanted. I checked for mileage. It was 52,000 miles. And there is some good news. Look, you have 7 days, but you have to find all the problems in 7 days. The thing that I haven't mentioned is you could do this every year, right? So you could buy an EV, get those credits, sell the car at the end of the year. Next year rolls over, buy a new car, and that tax keeps happening where you reduce those costs. It's definitely a strategy hack, and it's risky, but it's definitely something you could do. Keep your car under the mileage that you want it. The warranty on this one was up to 90,000. That's why I chose this. ultimately I settled with the Ford Fusion because it's an American-made car. The tax credits are almost guaranteed. Whereas Kia, I'm not sure, right? Chevy, yeah, it's American-made. That would go well. So these are the cars we didn't mention. The Leaf, and I'm talking to the used car market mostly, and people who want to buy things cash like I did. You could do this with financing as well, but you can't do this with leasing, and you can't do this with. It just works better if you do it, through a business, depreciation, all that stuff. But this is even if you're just saving for a vehicle and then going from that aspect. So let's jump right into this. I'm going to show my screen. One of the things that I wanted to bring up in here is, are you keeping the silly offers, the credit card offers that are coming through? Definitely keep them, because what happens is, my car, for example, we had a claim on it, then we filed the claim and I get money back for the vehicle, and I'm going to use that for the next vehicle. That's the thing number one. The next is, using that card to buy the vehicle, as long as there's no cash advance. Like, this is not financial advice. I don't always recommend this for everybody. I only recommend it like if you're really disciplined with finances and stuff like that. And literally, I'm taking my savings, going to pay that card off. I'm going to get about, this offer was, as you can see, is 1,500 on there, points that I'm going to use for travel. And then if I add an employee card on my business, that's another section of funds that I can use there. If you're not using business, there's a different kind of card. This one is the everyday cashback, and it's 6% to supermarkets. Super valuable if you're using your card just randomly every day, right? This video does have like some other tips in there I'm going to get to right now, but we have links in the description for those. You don't just have to use American Express. There's Chase and other programs that would work for you just as good. And like I said, you got to make that decision for yourself. You can use some of the other tips. So let's get into it, right? I'm going to be stacking, the car I'm looking at is a Kia Optima 2017, as well as a Ford Fusion Energy. They both come with a $4,000 tax credit. That means it's money off of your taxes. It's not like a refund. So it has to just be, hey, don't pay a certain amount of taxes to get that qualification, or have more taxes for the year to qualify for that. So that's $4,900 for the Kia. Next is, you want to look at the depreciation of the car. So the Kia Optimas have an 18% over 5 years. That's great value. So use the depreciation elements, understand them, use them to your advantage. I even use the Google search, like, what are the best sedans, or what are the best EVs? And EVs get more credits. You get about like 7,500 for new, and like 4,000 for used. So that's important. Next, I even used the tool ChatGPT to summarize 3 models I really liked, and then use that as a resource to know what you want to buy. You can use the IRS's website. They have this link down here. You click on it and it'll show you every make and model that has credits coming up for the year. So you want to use that if you are buying a car in 2023 and beyond. It's really useful. Okay, next, obviously use Facebook Marketplace for used cars, but caveat, needs to be through a dealer if you are going to get that credit. Finally, I also like Edmunds. Edmunds is great because you can punch in the car, say no accidents, and the cars are really well priced across the country. You can ship it through to wherever you're at, test drive it, maybe fly there, drive it back, get it checked out from someone else. That's another option. The shipping companies aren't that expensive. There's a little button here that says cars with no accidents, right? You want to definitely check that one. And finally, just create yourself a list, right? Like a list of cars. And this is how I do it. The link of the car, the address. I go a little bit overboard. I'm a data nerd, data freak. I don't know if you car guys are like that, car guys and girls, but that's how I like to do it. And I put the ones in red I don't like. I put the ones with the low mileage. And that's a key point. Low mileage and year. Lower the mileage, lower the year, the better for you. In the long run, you can resell that car. Don't take it necessarily to a dealer to trade in. Some dealers you can get a good deal, but not all of them.
Look, quick segue. If you're not EV hacking or EV credit clean energy hacking, you're totally missing out on a lot of things. You're missing out on a lot of credits, a lot of features and functionalities that are going to improve over the years. And if there's a clean energy push, you don't have to necessarily agree with it, but just use those tax credits, because Uncle Sam and the world will tax you through and through. It's not a choice, right? It's regardless. So whenever you can reduce that, you're playing at a different level of the playing field. You're still not on top. You're not playing the no tax game. And the no tax game comes with expensive lawyers and stuff. So play the game at the level that you want to play it at. Don't do what Andrew Tate did, I guess. I don't know the guy too well. I don't agree with everything that he says. I do agree with like his marketing strategies. It's kind of weird to say, but not necessarily the businesses, because some of them are distasteful. But that's just, everyone's different.
The next stacking of deals is actually you will depreciate it over 5 years through your accountant, and you can't deduct the miles, but you can do the depreciation. So that's going to be, let's say it's a $15,000 car and you did it over 5 years. That's $3,000 of tax. So I already mentioned the $4,000 from the government, plus the $3,000, plus the $1,600 from the credit card points that you could use for travel or something else. That leaves us with $8,600 off of your vehicle purchase. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds super enticing and engaging and a great way to save money on your next used car purchase. Don't make the mistakes we've made. Use this to get something cool for yourself, for your family. Be safe. Check the ratings online. Use Google reviews and YouTube reviews to see which cars make sense for you. And of course, use a simpler system than what we have. Finally, Daniel, why would we watch this video? The reason is because, yes, like we all drive every single day. And I think that's part of life, part of business, part of web design, part of everything, right? We want to get home safely and all that stuff. Cheers. Thanks. This is MoneyBru. Thanks, Sal, for recording it. And go get yourself a cool car and see you on the next one.